Hello grade 10 students, welcome to another video lesson. I am Madhu Vadke. We are in the last part of chapter 5, arithmetic progressions. In previous video class we started with word problems based on the formula for sum of first n terms of an AP, and we solved some questions of exercise 5.3. In today's video class, we will continue applying this formula in some more word problems of the same exercise. Question number 18 of exercise 5.3. A spiral is made up of successive semicircles as shown in the figure, with centers alternately at A and B. Taking A as center and radii as 0.5 centimeters, semicircle L1 is obtained. Then taking B as the center and radii as 1 centimeter, the semicircle L2 is obtained. By taking A as the center and radii 1.5 centimeters, semicircle L3 is drawn. Then taking B as the center and radii 2 centimeters, semicircle L4 is obtained. Likewise, by drawing the semicircles, the spiral is obtained. What is the total length of such a spiral made up of 13 consecutive semicircles? So we can think of an AP in which each term represents the length of the semicircle. So let's start from the first semicircle. L1 is the length of the first semicircle. The formula for the length of a circle, which is circumference, is 2 pi r. So if we want to find the length of semicircle, then we have to take half of the circumference. So the formula will be pi r. The first circle is drawn taking A as the center and radius as 0.5. So the length of first semicircle will be pi into 0.5. We will keep this number in terms of pi. Let's denote this radius of the first semicircle by r1. So length of the second semicircle will be pi r2, where the radius of the second semicircle is 1 centimeter. So substituting in the formula, pi into 1 is pi. Length of the third semicircle will be pi r3 and the radius of the third semicircle is 1.5 centimeters. So 1.5 into pi will be the length of the third semicircle. Likewise, we can find the length of the fourth semicircle, pi r4, which is equal to 2 pi. So now we have an AP in which the terms of the AP are the length of the semicircles that make up the spiral. So the length of the first semicircle is the first term of the AP, that is 0.5 pi. Length of the second semicircle is the second term of the AP, and so on. And there are going to be 13 terms in this AP because it is given that this spiral consists of 13 consecutive semicircles. So to get the length of the spiral, we have to add all 13 terms of this AP. L1 plus L2 plus L3, so on till the 13th term. So n is equal to 13, a is equal to 0.5 pi, that is the first term, and common difference is pi minus 0.5 pi, which is equal to 0.5 pi. So using this data, we can find the sum of the lengths of 13 semicircles. Substituting in the formula, we get 13 on 2 in brackets 2 into 0.5 pi plus 12 into 0.5 pi. Simplifying, we get 13 on 2 in brackets pi plus 6 pi, which is 13 on 2 into 7 pi, replacing pi as 22 on 7 as given in the question. Now solving this, we get 143 centimeters as the length of this spiral. Question number 19. 200 logs are stacked in the following manner. 20 logs in the bottom of the row, 19 in the next row, and 18 logs in the row next to it, and so on. In how many rows are 200 logs placed, and how many logs are in the top row? This complete stack of logs contains of 200 logs. So to find the AP in this question, let's take the number of logs in the bottommost row as the first term, A1, the number of logs in the second row as the second term, and the number of logs in the third row as the third term. So each term of AP is number of logs in each row. So we have first three terms of the AP. That is 20, 19, 18, and so on. Notice that the number of terms in this AP is same as the number of rows in this stack. So let there be n terms in this AP or n number of rows. But we don't know how many rows are there in this AP. So we need to find the value of n. But we do know the total number of logs, that is the sum is total number of logs, which will be equal to sum of number of the logs in the first row, logs in the second row, logs in the third row, and so on. Then the sum of n terms of this AP is given as 200. Now we have represented each term of the AP as the number of logs. So the last row will be AN, and we have to find AN. So let's write this AP. The first term is 20. Common difference is 19 minus 20, which is equal to minus 1. the sum of n terms or n rows is given as 200, and we have to find n and the nth term. So let's use the formula for the sum of n terms. Substituting the values here, we get 200 equal to n upon 2 in bracket 2 into 20 plus n minus 1 into minus 1, bracket close. Simplifying, we get n upon 2 in bracket 40 plus 1 minus n. So 200 is equal to n upon 2 in bracket 41 minus n. That is 400 equal to, multiply n with the bracket, we get 41n minus n square. So this is a quadratic equation. We will write it in the standard form. Bringing all the terms of the right side to the left side, we get n square minus 41n plus 400 equal to 0. Solving this equation using the method of splitting the middle term. So the product is 400. We will find factors of 400. So 400 can be written as 4 into 10 into 10. Try grouping the factors so that you get the sum as minus 41. We can split the numbers further. So we get 4 into 2 into 5 into 2 into 5. So if we group 5 and 5, we get 25. Multiplying 4 into 2 into 2, we get 16. Adding 16 and 25, we get 41. To get minus 41, both numbers should be negative. And the product of these two negative numbers will be plus 400. So the factors are n minus 16 into n minus 25. So n is equal to 16, n is equal to 25. We have got two positive integers as value of n. So which one will be correct? Obviously both cannot be the answers, because the stack of logs can be arranged only in one way with the given data and not two ways. So let's find the nth term first. Let's take n as 16 and then find the nth term. So the 16th term will be equal to a plus 15d, substituting a as 20 and d as minus 1. We get 20 minus 15, and that is equal to 5. So if there are 16 number of rows, then the topmost row will have 5 logs. Let's try by taking n equal to 25 and find the nth term. So a25 will be a plus 24d, which is equal to 20 plus 24 minus 1, which gives us minus 4. Number of logs cannot be minus 4. Therefore, the correct answer is n equal to 16, that is number of rows is equal to 16. And the last row will have 5 logs. Question number 20. In a potato race, a bucket is placed at the starting point, which is 5 meters from the first potato. This is the starting point. the first potato is over here and it is 5 meters from the bucket, and the other potatoes are placed 3 meters apart in a straight line. There are 10 potatoes in the line. A competitor starts from the bucket, picks up the nearest potato, runs back with it and drops it in the bucket. Then runs back to the second potato and then brings it to the bucket and drops it. And she continues in the same way until all the potatoes are in the bucket. What is the total distance the competitor has to run? In order to find this total distance, we will have to find the sum of distance covered in picking up first potato and putting it in the bucket, and the distance that the competitor runs in picking up the second potato and then putting it in the bucket, and the distance she runs to pick up the third potato and bring it back to the bucket. And so on, we add all the distances that are covered in picking up 10 potatoes. So we can form an AP in this question where each term of the AP is the distance that the competitor covers in picking up each potato. So A1 is the distance that the competitor runs to pick up the first potato. The first potato is over here, second is here, third, fourth. So the competitor will cover a distance of 5 meters, pick up the potato and then run back 5 meters. So the total distance competitor covers to pick up the first potato is 10 meters. Now for the second term will be the distance she covers to pick up the second potato. So she starts from the bucket, covers 5 meters, then 3 meters, then she runs back 3 and then 5. So she is running 5 plus 3, 8 into 2, which is equal to 16 meters. Likewise, to pick up the third potato, again she starts from the bucket and covers 5 plus 3 plus 3 meters and then goes back through the same distance. So the distance she covers is 5 plus 3 plus 3, that is 11 into 2, which is equal to 22. Likewise, we can get all the terms of the AP. So the first term is 10, second is 16 and third is 22 and so on. How many terms will be there in the AP? Because there are 10 potatoes that she has to pick, N is going to be 10. To find the total distance that she runs, we will have to add the terms of this AP. N is equal to 10, first term is 10, common difference is 16 minus 10, that is 6. So the sum of these 10 terms of the AP is the distance, total distance covered by competitor. So using the formula for the sum of n terms, we get 10 upon 2 into 2 into 10 plus 9 into 6. Simplify. We get 5 into 74, which is equal to 370 meters. With this, we come to the end of this video lesson and also of this chapter. These two questions are your assignment for today. I have given the answers. If you solve the questions following the explanation given in today's video class, you will be able to arrive at these answers. See you in the next class with a new chapter. Until then, goodbye.